G'day, ZiggyD here. Day 1 of Season 1 of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls is over. I had a good time yesterday leveling a hardcore Demon Hunter. I got to 67 in one sitting, and it was a good time. I just did it. I didn't really try and do it like super efficiently or anything. I just did a mixture of bounties and rifts. I think the most efficient ways of leveling are generally going to be to do select bounties and things like that. But I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it, and it was a good time. It was a pretty good time. I'd already kind of done a lot of this stuff in the past. By just dumping all my stuff on the ground and, dumping all my gear on the ground and leveling a new character to practice in the past. And it was pretty much the same sort of experience of that. I think my only complaint about the seasons is that they feel kind of disconnected. It feels like you're not really playing a season a lot of the time unless you're playing and talking to other people a lot in that time. I think there needs to be a little bit more on-screen action happening. Like I have to pull something from Path of Exile here. When a top-level hardcore player dies in a Path of Exile season, there'll be a notification on the left side of the screen saying so-and-so level 80 at position 4 on the ladder has died, and everyone's like, whoa, wow. It's like, top high-level death and moving up in the ranks, and you feel a little bit more connected there, and it felt like a little bit of a lack of that going on. But I still had a pretty good time overall. It was a nice chance to re-experience some of the new Reaper of Souls content, and I'll probably be playing casually for the seasons a little bit more. I think if they had have released it like a month earlier or a month later, I would have went really hard on the seasons, but the timing alongside of Forsaken Masters as well, and with the seasons themselves not adding a whole heap of new content, I sort of just going to be a bit more of a casual for fun thing for me. But in this video, I want to talk a little bit more about what happened on day 1 of the seasons. What's the day 1 report? And that is pretty much that both on the EU and North American servers, that the first 1 to 70s were done in under 2 hours. In some cases, very close to 1 hour. People leveled from 1 to 70, and the first T6 Malthael kills happened in about 5 hours. So the bulk of the core game content was completed within a few hours of the season, and these are 2 to 3 month seasons, I think. I can't remember exactly which one they said they were going to do, but that's maybe a bit of a sign of some sort of issue with the longevity there. Like, obviously, for a lot of people, greater rifts are going to be the real challenge and the real competition in the seasons, and that should span out quite a distance, because that's the sort of thing where you can work and work and work and improve your character heaps and heaps, and then, on the last day, someone could, get the top position on that. So that will be the season-wide competition. But as for the first 1000s and stuff like that, getting leveled up and everything, that was over very, very quickly. So I'll sort of take a moment to explain exactly how, because this kind of can be a little bit mind-blowing, how people got 1 to 70 in less than 2 hours. There's no characters, no high-level characters to power level you, there's no twink gear, there's none of that. So how was it done? Well, this is something that's been known about on the PTR for quite a while, and these are no-kill bounties. Some of them were fixed, but this particular no-kill bounty that I think was used by the vast majority of fast-leveling people has been known about and talked about for a while, but still wasn't fixed going into this season. I'll leave it up to you guys how you judge people using this style of method, or how you judge Blizzard for letting this style of method go into the seasons. I can't fault people for taking the most efficient route, 1 to 70, if they're in a competitive environment. That's what it's all about, is finding the fastest ways to level. So I can't really personally fault people for doing that, but I'll leave it up to you guys. So this is the method that I think the vast majority of people would use. They would be in a party of 4. Each person would make separate games until this particular quest just here spawned, a miner's gold in Howling Plateau. This is what's known as a no-kill bounty. I think in some cases the most efficient or the fastest leveling people probably had a larger group of people feeding them the quest. So they would have 10 people searching for miner's gold, and then when someone found it, they would invite the main person or the main party into their game to be able to do that mission, making it a bit faster, making less downtimes between miner's gold. So while they're completing a miner's gold, a couple other people are searching for another one for them. So that would have been the fast way leveler, just chaining this quest over and over again. So they'd make a game on T6, they'd refresh the game until this particular one spawned, and the keys for this are that it doesn't require killing anything. You can go 1 to 70 without killing a thing. I think some people might have done the first 10 levels just in killing stuff, doing a couple other bounties or something like that to unlock certain abilities to make this quest a bit easier to do. But for the most part, you can pretty much go 1 to 70 doing this without killing anything. Obviously, this is not something that was used in hardcore because you do have to run past monsters, and a lot of this stuff is going to one-shot you in hardcore. There are some of these like leaping Lacooning dudes, which will leap on these guys just here, which will leap onto you and kill you very quickly. They can one-shot you, so not something people were using in hardcore. And most of the people who were topping the ladder in hardcore were just doing like cursed bounties and doing things like clear the Hell Rift and stuff like that. The more efficient bounties and just chaining those. But generally, the strategy was bounties. But this particular one here is how people leveled 1 to 70 in softcore very quickly. You would activate the Crazed Miner just here, and then you can essentially, depending on where mobs spawn, you can find a safe spot like over here, and just hide. So you can basically just stand over here while the mission completes itself. So you can have a piece of pizza. I've got some pizza in the oven even, so maybe I can crack out some pizza. You know, crack one of your energy drinks because you're going to be doing this for a few hours. And then eventually this will just complete itself. So to save you guys, you know, waiting a minute, it doesn't take very long, but to save you guys waiting a minute, I'll just fast forward a bit. And there we go. Oh, so much XP. Oh, baby. So very easy way to level, as you can see. I didn't even have to move my character. Didn't have to kill a single thing. Just talk to the guy and let the quest complete itself. There used to be a few more quests that did this, but this one has been known about for a while and is still in the game. So I think if nothing else, it's definitely a sign that you know, as first season woes, you'd expect a lot of this like really broken stuff to be, you know, to be abused or to be used to its full potential for leveling in these new seasons, and that was to be fully expected. I don't think anyone didn't really expect things like this to happen. Super like buggy ways of leveling in Diablo have been a thing since launch, but I think this is hopefully a good sign. Honestly, I think it's hopefully a good sign if Blizzard takes what they learned from this season and then implements changes in the next season to make things a bit more competitive, to make things a bit more driving for the vast population, without, you know, sort of relying on mechanics like this. Then it will be a very good thing. If it's something that forces, you know, Blizzard to improve Diablo 3, then that's a very good thing. And I do hope in the future that they also add in extra competitive mechanics that make it much more difficult to level. I think the leveling experience shouldn't be nothing. I don't think it should be important. I think not important. I think it should be at least a little bit important. I think it should, the first day or two of should be leveling and should be that leveling competition, because I think that is quite fun, rather than just the endgame stuff being the only relevant thing. But I don't know, maybe I'll leave that up to you guys. But I do hope they take like a leaf out of GGG's book, for example, and implement something like extra challenges. Use these as a trialing ground for extra mechanics for the game. Like, what about adding an extra type of elite? Like, you know, maybe a green elite that spawns in packs of 3s and they have abilities that synergize with each other, you know, like a set unique monsters that spawn randomly in each zone, and you have to fight those things, or other various mechanics they could trial for the game to improve the game, test them in these situations, and then roll them out to the core game afterwards. I love that idea, and I think this would be a perfect thing to test that, and not just testing additional legendaries. But anyway, again, I had a bit of fun with the first day of the seasons. I'll probably continue playing my my hardcore Demon Hunter just pretty casually, and maybe try and find some of those new legendaries, because the Demon Hunter legendary bow looks awesome. And so I'm pretty keen on that. But let me know what you guys think. Did you experience the season? Have you played in the season? Are you going to be continuing to play in it? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments below. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.